This is the YouTube recording for Lesson 18. Before spring break, we focused on basic right triangle trig, remembering sine, cosine, tangent, inverse sine, inverse cosine, inverse tangent. We also did a whole lesson on special right triangles, remembering that we have a 45, 45, 90 triangle, which is half of a square, has a ratio of a root 2, or we have a 30, 60, 90 triangle, which is half of a rectangle and has the ratio of a root 3 to a. We then moved on to talk about the exact values, meaning we're not using calculators, of all 6 trig ratios. We remember that sine and cosecant are reciprocals of each other. Cosine and secant are reciprocals of each other. And tangent and cotangent are reciprocals of each other. We then moved on to talk about angle of elevation, angle of depression, stressing how important it was that we drew our diagrams correctly. Before break, we found the exact values of all 6 trig ratios. We're doing that exact same thing today, except now we're going to add a coordinate system. That means we're going to add them as points, and we're going to add signs with positive and negative, putting them on a coordinate system. So as we discuss that, let's talk about their signs and the quadrants. So let's remember that every Cartesian plane starts at the origin of 0, 0, and that we start at quadrant 1. All of our xy values for quadrant 1 are positive, positive. We then move in a counterclockwise direction, going into quadrant 2. And in quadrant 2, your x is negative and your y is positive. As we continue going counterclockwise, we get to quadrant 3, of which we have a negative x and a negative y. And then we finish with quadrant 4, which has a positive x and a negative y. We'll be given a point today, and it's important that we recognize which of those 4 quadrants that point belongs so that we get our diagram drawn correctly. So as we look at what we did before, so as you see on this picture to the left, this is what we did before break. We took just a triangle, had no direction, no identity, just a triangle. We were provided 2 of our 3 sides. We used Pythagorean Theorem to find our 3rd side. And then we wrote out our 6 exact values. Remember that sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so cosecant is the reciprocal of that, hypotenuse over opposite. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Secant is that reciprocal, hypotenuse over adjacent. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, so cotangent is the reciprocal at adjacent over tangent. What we're adding today is now we're adding in our Cartesian plane. We're putting that triangle in a particular quadrant. So this one belongs in quadrant 4, with angle theta being at the origin. We can use Pythagorean Theorem to find that missing side. 3 squared plus negative 4 squared equals the hypotenuse squared. So that's 9 plus 16, or 25, which means C equals 5. So now we just write out the sine ratio. Notice that because that opposite side for that angle is negative 4, that sine is negative. Cosine from that angle is adjacent over hypotenuse. That would be positive. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. And then we take those 3 ratios and we flip them to find their reciprocal ratios. Every time there's an S, there's a C. So we know that sine and cosecant are reciprocals of each other. Cosine and secant, where there's an S, there's a C. And then tangent and cotangent go together, they kind of sound the same. So now let's look a little bit more slowly at an example of this and actually create the diagram from scratch, find that missing side, and then label all 6 trig ratios. You're going to have 4 homework problems today. All of them are provided for you in the same way of just a point. So your first step is to make sure you draw your diagram correctly. So remember, when we're given that point of negative 5, 5, it's x, y. X is your horizontal distance. So we're going to start at 0, 0, and we're going to move horizontally negative 5 units. Then we're going to move vertically positive 5 units to create that point of negative 5, 5. On the diagonal, that would look like that. Going back to the origin at 0, 0, we want to make sure our right angle is perpendicular with the x-axis, and our angle theta is that interior angle. What I recognize about this example is this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle with ratios of a root 2. Now, it's okay that that one sign is negative 5. We can still recognize that our a value is 5 and that our hypotenuse is always going to be positive because it's a diagonal, and end up with 5 root 2. Now that we have our triangle drawn correctly, all 3 sides calculated, we can write out our 6 ratios. So remember that sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So from that angle, the opposite side is 5, and our hypotenuse is 5 root 2. We're going to start by reducing that fraction. That's 1 over root 2. And then remember, we have to rationalize the denominator because we're not allowed to leave a radical in the bottom. So you're going to multiply creatively by 1 in the form of root 2 over 2 to get a whole number in the bottom. That gives you root 2 over 2 for your final answer. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So from that angle, the adjacent side is negative 5. Your hypotenuse is 5 root 2. Again, start by reducing that fraction and you get negative 1 over root 2. Then we want to rationalize by multiplying by root 2 over root 2. And we get negative root 2 over 2. Your ratio for tangent is opposite over adjacent. So from angle theta, the opposite side is 5. The adjacent side is negative 5. That reduces to negative 1. Once we have our 3 ratios, it makes it easy for us to find the reciprocal ratios. I lined up sine and cosecant so we can see those are reciprocals of each other. You want to take the unrationalized fraction and flip that for your reciprocal ratio. And remember that root 2 over 1 is the same as root 2. You can put the 1 there as your placeholder, but it is not necessary. For secant, again, secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So we're going to take our cosine fraction and we're going to flip it to find the reciprocal. Remember, we're not allowed to leave a negative in the denominator, so we always move that out front. Again, we do not have to put that over 1, and we can just write it as negative root 2. The reciprocal of tangent is cotangent. So you're going to flip negative 1, and you still get negative 1. So your steps for each of these problems start by drawing a diagram. Use either special right triangles or Pythagorean Theorem to find the missing side, and then write out your 6 trig ratios. Remember to reduce all fractions, rationalize all denominators, and make sure you don't leave any negatives in that denominator. Let's go through another example. This is with the point negative 3, negative 1. Again, you're going to start at 0, 0. You're going to move horizontally, negative 3 units. Then you're going to move vertically, negative 1 units to get to that point of negative 3, negative 1. Create our triangle by drawing in that diagonal. Your right angle is always going to be perpendicular to your x-axis, and your angle theta is always going to initiate at 0, 0. This is not a special right triangle, so you will need to use Pythagorean Theorem to find the missing side. So we'll call that C. So C squared equals A squared plus B squared. Make sure you put the -1 in parentheses so it makes it positive. Make sure you put the -3 in parentheses so it makes it positive. So C squared equals 10. So C is going to equal square root 10. Again, diagonals do not ever have a sign, so we know that we don't have to add a negative here. Make sure when you square a number, it comes out positive. So sine ratio is opposite over hypotenuse. So from that angle, the opposite side is -1, and your hypotenuse is square root of 10. Again, we want to make sure we don't leave a radical in the denominator, so we're going to rationalize. And that gives us our final answer of -√10 over 10. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. The adjacent side is -3. Again, your hypotenuse is square root of 10. So we're going to go ahead and rationalize by multiplying by square root of 10 over square root of 10. And we get -3√10 over 10. Your ratio for tangent is opposite over adjacent. The opposite side is -1. The adjacent side is -3, giving us the fraction of 1/3. Once we have those first three ratios, we can go ahead and find the reciprocal ratios by taking that fraction and flipping it to find your reciprocal. Again, take the unreduced fraction and flip it to find your reciprocal. We know we're done when we have whole numbers in the denominator and they are positive. You can either put that negative out front or in the numerator, it gives you the same value. And then tangent to cotangent, again, we flip that to get 3. Start by drawing your diagram. Find your missing side. Write out your 6 trig ratios, making sure you reduce all fractions, rationalize all denominators. At this point, I would like you guys to try this one on your own. So please pause the YouTube video at this point. Try this one on your own, and then press play on the video and check your work. Okay, so let's check to see how you did. First, we're starting with that point of 8, -8. Did you get your diagram drawn correctly into quadrant 4? Next, did you recognize that this was a special right triangle and use 45, 45, 90 to find the missing side? If not, did you use Pythagorean Theorem and reduce your radical to also get 8√2 for that missing side? Your third step is going to be to write out your ratios. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. We reduce that fraction, rationalize our denominator. Flip that unreduced to get your cosecant. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Again, reduce your fraction, rationalize your denominator, take your reduced fraction and flip it to get your secant. Tangent is -8 over 8, which again gives me -1. Flip it to get your cotangent. At this point, you guys should be working on the exit task for lesson 18, and then your homework is on Schoolology. For your homework, there are the first 4 questions are going to be set up identical to these practice problems. They're either going to have a missing side be a special right triangle or a Pythagorean triple, or you can use Pythagorean theorem just to find that missing side. All of them should look the same where you have a diagram, the exact value of all 6 trig ratios. You will also notice that out of your 4 practice problems, 1 of each of them are in the 4 quadrants. So problem 1 should be in quadrant 1. Problem 2 should be in quadrant 2. Problem 3 should be in quadrant 3, and problem 4 should be in quadrant 4. There's also a fifth question to answer once you complete. If you need any help with this lesson, please make sure you access me during the flexible time, the intervention time in the afternoon, or during the office hours.